This application is called Inkscape, and it is a vector creation and editing program. This is our image with the cloud, the sun, and the nice blue sky. I know it's a little difficult to understand what I'm talking about when I say a vector is made up of a bunch of lines, so I'm going to demonstrate what that means. Let's look at the sun. Alright, so I'm going to change to edit paths by nodes. And I'm going to click on this guy here. So I'm going to just move it over there, move this one over here. And you can see that it's actually changing the shape of this object. And so we've modified this part of the sun. Now on the right side, you can see the colors, so we could change this to a color. There are also gradients that are available. Now this application makes it a lot easier to work with. It's doing all the creation of those lines that make up that object for you, so it's a lot easier within this application. I'm going to undo those color changes. And let's zoom back out so that we can see the sun. So you'll notice that the clouds have a interesting effect on them. It looks like they're layered. But all this is it's two objects overlaying on each other. If I move this object out, you'll see that it's actually one object here, and then that was on top of that other object to create a layered look. Now these do have gradients applied also, so it's a little more complex than just a straight white color. But like I said, this application makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, you'd have to manually create the gradient with lines of varying colors, and that would be an unbelievable pain. And also the sun is two objects. This is a gradient, and that is a yellow. So let's move the gradient back and change this to red. Let's undo the red color. And there's our original image. As you can see, all of these objects are just paths. The tools in Inkscape do make it a lot easier to work with them, because like I was saying with the gradients, you would have to manually create each line and change the color appropriately to create that gradient if it didn't have that capability. So it's a lot easier than doing it all by hand, but it is still labor intensive. Now what I'll show you is the export options. I go to File, Export PNG Image, change it to Page. Now you'll notice that I can change the width and the height to be anything I want it to be. Right now, the export resolution is set to a very high resolution of 10,000 pixels by 6,570 pixels. That's really large, and that's going to be a really high resolution image. But we have that flexibility because we're working with a vector-based graphic. So you can export it in any resolution without any loss of quality.